Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now, before we get into the show, first off, man, if you haven't done this already, man, what are you waiting for, man? Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up, and if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video will come out because I'm here each and every single week. So make sure you hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new here, hit the subscribe button. And then next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. You click on that bell. And when you click on that bell, you'll be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded. And one last thing, don't forget to be awesome. So yeah, don't forget to be awesome. And yeah, man, sit back, chillax, grab something to eat, grab something to drink because you're watching the Ryan Awesome Show. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ryan Awesome, and welcome to the Ryan Awesome Show. Now today on the Ryan Awesome Show, we'll be talking about AEW Dynamite for November the 17th, 2021. So yeah, man, so this is the aftermath, man. This is the aftermath for Full Gear. And overall, man, tonight's show, such a great show, man. Great show. I love the Bryan. I love the Bryan Danielson and the Adam Hangman Page segment, man, with Bryan Danielson just going heel mode on the Dark Order and Adam Page. I thought that was really good. Like the best thing on the show, man. I thought it was the best thing on the show. And yeah, I'd like to see more of that Bryan. I would love to see more of that Bryan. A heel Bryan. Yeah, man. And of course the TNT Championship match. I enjoyed that match too. And yeah, man, we have some new feuds coming in too, man. We have some new feuds coming in. CM Punk and MJF potentially, man. So yeah, I thought that was really great too tonight. But yeah, man, overall, man, very, very exciting show, man. Very exciting show. And yeah, man, I just can't wait to see what's next. Just can't wait to see what's next. And so yeah, man, so that was it, man. That was it with AEW Dynamite. Before I get into the review, man, I say this in my intro all the time. If you haven't done this already, man, hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're new to the Ryan Awesome Show, or if you're watching my show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell so you're the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded because I'm here each and every single week, man. Monday, I just started doing Monday Night Raw, so I might be back on Monday again. So Monday for Monday Night Raw, Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, Thursdays for Impact Wrestling, Fridays for AEW Rampage, and then Saturdays and Sundays are for our pay-per-views, man. So yeah, man, whether it's WWE pay-per-views, AEW pay-per-views, or Impact Wrestling pay-per-views, so I'm here, man. And so yeah, man, so yeah, just like as I said earlier, man, we just had a pay-per-view on Saturday, Full Gear. And so yeah, man, so we started off the show with the Elite. We had Kenny by God Omega, who is the former AEW champion, Adam Cole, and the Young Bucks. That's Matt and Nick Jackson. So they were backstage and they spoke.
Brandon, we good? Yeah, we're live. Shut up, Brandon. Shut your mouth, Brandon. Go ahead, Kenny.
You know, I haven't watched the match back yet from Full Gear, and people are already asking me, when's the rematch gonna be? When are you gonna get your belt back, Kenny?
Yeah.
I lost that match. The Elite lost the night. Quite frankly, I'm a little disgusted. Not you, Hanger. You won. Congrats. Really, congrats. But I feel like there's things I gotta fix, there's things I gotta change, and I can't do it here. So, if I can count on you to hold the fort while I'm gone, I'd really appreciate it.
Hey, don't you worry, Cleaner. I got this.
Sorry, I was talking about the Bucks, but it's
Don't go down. Oh Yeah,
No, it's my bad.
I just got
Hey,
that's not a problem.
No,
I know what you meant.
we're all gonna hold down the fort while you're gone. You go take
Damn
care of
right.
yourself, okay?
Exactly.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Brandon, cut it right there. Cut it right there.
Stop recording. Press the red button.
So yeah, that was it, man. So there was a little tension right there with Adam Cole and Kenny Omega. Cole thought that Omega was talking about him to lead the Elite while he's gone, but he was talking about the Bucks. So yeah, man. So that was it, man. And the Bucks, man, are they gonna turn babyface? Are they gonna turn babyface right after what happened on Full Gear, where they just nodded off to Hangman Adam Page? I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, man. So Kenny Omega, he's taking time off. He's dealing with some injury, so he's gonna be taking some time off. And so right after that, man, we had Hangman Adam Page, who is the new AEW World Champion. And so it was his championship celebration. And so so the title of it is National Cowboy Shit Day. So with the Dark Order. And so so that was the tagline. So so he came up with his own day. And so so it was Page's hometown, and so Page came out to do his celebration. And so Page, he was wearing a t-shirt that said Virginia is for lovers. And so yeah, man, so Page, he was celebrating his title win, and he said that holding the AEW World Championship has a lot of responsibility. And so yeah, man, so his next challenger, the #1 contender, Bryan Danielson, he came out to the ring. He came out to congratulate Adam Hangman Page.
Super excited for this match for the AEW World Championship. But, to be fair, I'm a little surprised and disappointed that it's not Kenny Omega standing across the ring from me right now.
Ooh. And they booed him.
Well, you're right. It's not Kenny Omega because I beat his ass at Full Gear. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, I managed to do it in less than 30 minutes.
Wow. Ooh.
Oh. Yikes.
So yeah, so he was pointing out the fact that the last match that Bryan and Kenny Omega had, it came to a time limit draw. So he, poked fun at Bryan Danielson for not beating Omega. And so yeah, and then one point, man, we had Bryan Danielson. He had mentioned WrestleMania, so he name dropped WrestleMania. He name dropped WrestleMania and winning the championship at WrestleMania, the World Championship at WrestleMania, and defending his championship the next night. And so the crowd had booed. And so yeah, with that one, I did not expect it Bryan to name drop WrestleMania. So yeah, that came out of nowhere, man. And so yeah, man, so the crowd had booed Bryan. They booed him. And so Hangman, he had challenged Bryan to a match right now. And so Bryan, he said that, normally I would accept it. I would accept the match, but you're not dressed. You're not dressed for the part. And Hangman, he wasn't dressed. And so yeah, he didn't want Page to like have an excuse that he wasn't ready and all that stuff. And so yeah, man, so Page, he said, Page, he had said that if you don't want to fight, if you don't want to have a match right now, then how about we fight right now? And so yeah, they went to go fight. So the Dark Order had to separate them.
A lot of emotion here.
They know I'd kick his ass. There's no way that they'd let him go.
Ooh.
Whoa, Page!
And so yeah, so Page went right after Bryan after that. And so yeah, and so they separated them again. And then we had our first match. And so yeah, man, so we had our first match, and it was Evil Uno versus Bryan Danielson, who was the #1 contender for the AEW World Championship. And so yeah, so like I said earlier, man, the crowd had booed Bryan because he sort of turned heel. And so yeah, man, so yeah, this is a great match, man. So yeah, man, so we had a series of shoulder tackles from Uno. So yeah, I popped for that, man, because that's one of the moves that I had learned in wrestling school. I was given the move, I was given shoulder tackles, I was taking the shoulder tackles. So yeah, so I popped for that when he hit those shoulder tackles. And so yeah, man, so Bryan, he had slapped, well, at one point he had slapped Evil Uno in his face. So that was a heel move. And so yeah, man, so we had kicks and chops to Uno, and then Bryan, he had to control the match at that point. And so Uno, he fought back with strikes and chops. And so yeah, we had our running corner drop kicks, series of running corner drop kicks to Uno. And then Bryan, he had blocked a senton bomb. And then Bryan hit his running knee to Uno. And so Bryan, he had hit his repeated stomps to Uno's face, and so the crowd, instead of chanting yes, they chanted no. And so yeah, so to end the match, man, we had a triangle choke. We had a triangle choke to Uno to win the match. So Uno, he passed out. Uno had passed out, so therefore Bryan Danielson wins the match. And so yeah, man, while Evil Uno, while he was passed out when he was put to sleep, you know, Bryan, he was still holding on the submission hold. He still had the submission hold locked on for a little bit, and so he eventually let go. So that also a heel move. So yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. He interviews Bryan Danielson, the American Dragon.
You know what? I came out here to congratulate Hangman Adam Page, and because of his behavior, I ended up kicking his head in. So guess what? I don't know when it will be, but until I fight Adam Page for the AEW World Championship, I'm going to take every member of the Dark Order and kick all their heads in.
Yes. Yes.
And you know what? Next week, we're in Chicago. I hear there's a Dark Order member who's actually from Chicago.
Cockamana.
So guess what? Colt Cabana, if you've got any nuts, I'm going to kick your head in Chicago next week.
And that was it, man. So it's going to be Bryan Danielson versus Colt Cabana next week in Chicago. So yeah, man, love this, man. I'm loving this. Bryan Danielson, man. Either way, man, he could be a great heel and he could be a great babyface, man. That's how great Daniel Bryan is. I mean, Bryan, I keep calling him Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson. Bryan Danielson. The absolute best Bryan Danielson is, man. And so yeah, one of the best things on this show, man. One of the best things on this show was this Bryan Danielson and Hangman Adam Page stuff, man. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we got a video of MJF. It was from Saturday from Full Gear. He talked about his victory over Darby Allin.
What do I got to say? So much! Right now, look what I'm covered in. You guys think that's paint, but nah, man. It's shame. It's Darby's shame. Because all I keep hearing about is how great of a professional wrestler Darby Allin is, how great of a professional wrestler Bryan Danielson is, how great of a professional wrestler Eddie Kingston, CM Punk, Cody Rhodes, Malakai Black, Pentagon. You keep naming them. I'll keep naming them. I don't care. But guess what? I made you all look like idiots, did I? Oh, man, MJF, he's only good at this. He can only talk on the stick. He ain't got the goods bell to bell. Screw that. And screw you. You see this right here? I don't know what's going on the inside of my knee, but I don't care because in the inside right here, I feel nothing but great success because tonight I proved every single one of you wrong. I got all of your cute little Mark chants. And guess what? I loved every single second of it because while you viscerally hate my guts, you had no choice. You had no choice but to admit just how damn good I really am. Darby Allin, I just beat you with a headlock takeover. And right about now, I'm real excited to go to Norfolk, Virginia. Who knows what's next on the horizon for one of the best wrestlers in the world? Who knows what's next for the man with the best right hand in all of professional wrestling? My name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm better than you. And now you have no choice but to admit it.
And so yeah, that was it, man. So MJF, he had motioned the title signal, so he wants the AEW World Championship. So yeah, man, so that was it with that, man. And so right after that, we had Eddie Kingston. So Tony Schiavone had interviewed Eddie Kingston backstage.
Eddie Kingston, it was a classic match Saturday night against CM Punk.
Here he is! Here he is!
So yeah, we had 2.0, Matt and Jeff. Not Matt and Jeff Hardy. We had Matt Lee and Jeff Parker. They interrupt, and and Daniel Garcia had interrupted Eddie Kingston in the interview.
Sad boy Eddie Kingston, what are you doing, pal? You complaining? You complaining again, you little prick?
You know he's going to complain because it's typical, King. We're sick and tired of hearing it. It's always a sad story, but you know what a sad story is? You did not last as long with CM Punk as our son, Daniel Garcia did.
Check the times.
There's a sad story for you.
No doubt about it.
All right, number one, please just shut up. Blockhead and his friend, shut up. Please, just shut up.
Blockhead.
Number one, look at me. You let two grown men call you their son? I don't respect you for that. Be a real man, bro, and stand on your own. Yeah, I know you're from Buffalo, dog.
Where I'm from.
I know where you're from, huh? And I know what we got to do. But check this hot stuff out. Punk wanted to wrestle.
All right. Hey,
Come on, guys.
you want to taste King?
I'm going to
Yeah.
fight
You
you.
wanna taste? Get a
I'm going to
taste.
fight you.
Typical.
Come on, man. We done, man. Come
No
on. Here we-
problem.
One promo. I'm begging to God. One time, there's no interruption. I'm going to catering.
Say he was going to catering. So yeah, that was it with that, man. That was it with Eddie Kingston. So we might see a match between these two, Eddie Kingston and Daniel Garcia. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had a tag team match, and it was the Butcher and the Blade with the Bunny and Matt Hardy in their corner versus Orange Cassidy and Tomohiro Ishii from New Japan Pro Wrestling, who is the new never openweight champion, with Rocky Romero in their corner. So yeah, man, great tag team match, man. Ishii, he had took out Blade, and then Orange Cassidy hit his most devastating kicks to the Blade. And so yeah, man, so yeah, the Butcher, he had ran over Orange Cassidy, man, knocked him out of his glasses. And so yeah, so that's when the heels had taken control of the match. Matt Hardy and Bunny, they got involved in the match. And then we had a hot tag to Ishii, took out the Blade, and the Butcher and Ishii, they had a standoff. So the two bigger guys had like a standoff. So that was really cool. And so yeah, man, so both of these guys, they were going back and forth with strikes. And then Ishii, he had no-sold the Butcher's strikes. And so yeah, man, so Ishii hit a superplex to the Butcher. And then we had a spinning DDT to the Blade from Orange. And then, Blade, he barely kicked out of the move. And so the Butcher and the Blade, they hit one of their signature moves, the powerbomb neckbreaker combo to Orange. But Ishii, he broke up the pin. And so Hardy got on the ring apron once again. So Hardy and the Bunny, they once again got involved in the match. And so the Blade, he tried to use some brass knuckles behind the referee's back. But Rocky Romero, who was outside the ring, he had stopped the Blade from using the brass knuckles. And so yeah, so Hardy, he had took out Rocky. And then Orange, he had dove onto the Hardy family office. And so yeah, man. And so to end the match, man, we had a lariat to the Blade from Ishii, followed up by a brain buster to the Blade to win the match. So therefore, Orange Cassidy and Tomohiro Ishii wins the match. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it, man. Great match, man. Great tag team match. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. He interviews Andrade El Idolo and FTR, who are the AAA tag team champions, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, with Tully Blanchard and Jose in their corner. So they're backstage and they did their interview.
With Andrade El Idolo and FTR, I know you guys are very, very frustrated after your losses at Full Gear.
Seriously, this question? Well, but you need huevos. Okay. Yes. Sorry. Cody, back. I am proof that I am better wrestler than you. I beat you both clean. But now, I will show you my bad side.
Yeah, Tony, I think it's pretty safe to say we're frustrated because we were supposed to make history at Full Gear. And instead, I wasn't even the legal man. We were robbed.
Yeah.
So if Pac and Cody want to put their nose in our business, the Lucha Bros want to rob us, why don't we get Malakai and make it an 8-man tag? And you know what? We'll even waive our fee for this one. Because this is personal.
And you know, Arn, you want to stick your nose in? I'm not Jose.
Oh.
I got one more in me.
Oh, huevos. Listen.
Huevos.
Big huevos.
Yes. Big.
So yeah, man, that was it with that. So yeah, so Tully, he called out Orange too. So yeah, man. So yeah, that was it with that. So of course it's gonna be an 8-man tag team match with FTR, Andrade, El Idolo, and Malakai Black versus the Lucha Bros, Cody and Pac. So that should be really good, man. And that's next week at that Thanksgiving themed show. And so yeah, man. So that was it, man. So right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone once again. He interviews Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, who is still the AEW Women's World Champion, with Jamie Hayter and Rebel in her corner. So yeah, they were backstage.
With a win over Ty Conti at Full Gear, still the Women's World Champion, Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D.
That's right. One more time for everybody. And still your AEW Women's World Champion. Honestly, I'm getting a little exhausted of carrying this women's division, of being front and center. So, as a true role model, I'm going to direct all the spotlight to the future TBS Women's Champion, Jamie Hayter.
Well, wait a minute. Next week, she's got a pretty tough competition with Thunder Rosa.
No. We don't say that name on D.M.D. TV, so don't ever do that again. Got it?
Yep.
But
Sorry.
no. Since you already said it, let's put it out there. Thunder Rosa. Your name is on the way to being completely irrelevant after Jamie defeats you on her rise to championship gold. Yours truly, Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D.
And so yeah, man, so that was it. That was it with the interview. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had the quarterfinals of the TBS Women's Championship Eliminator Tournament match. And it was Nyla Rose with Vickie Guerrero in her corner versus Hikaru Shida. So yeah, man, so yeah, Shida's knee was the focus of the match. So Rose went right after Shida's knee. And then Vickie got involved in the match. She had choked Hikaru Shida with a kendo stick behind the referee's back. And so yeah, so Vickie Guerrero, like always, when she's ringside, she always screams a lot and she talks like she talks so loud that she don't even need a microphone. And so yeah, so the crowd started chanting, "Shut up, Vickie." So I thought that was funny. And so yeah, man, so Rose at one point tried to hit a senton bomb off of the ring apron on Shida through the chair, but Shida had moved out of the way. And Nyla Rose went crashing through the chair. So the chair is broken, dude. So yeah, that had to hurt, man. And so yeah, so Vickie once again tried to get involved again. She got involved again. So she tried to hit Hikaru Shida with the kendo stick, but Shida had took away the kendo stick from Vickie Guerrero. And so yeah, so Vickie, she had ran away, but she tripped. And so Hikaru Shida had hit Vickie Guerrero with the kendo stick. And so yeah, man, so Serena Deeb out of nowhere, man. Serena Deeb gave Hikaru Shida a chop block behind the referee's back. And so Nyla Rose hit a draping diving knee drop to Shida, and she kicks out of the move. And so Shida, she locked in a triangle choke to Rose, but Rose had overpowered it. And so yeah, man, so to end the match, man, we had a stretch muffler submission move to Shida to win the match. So therefore, Nyla Rose wins the match and will advance to the next round of the TBS Women's Title Eliminator Tournament match to either face Ruby Soho or Chris Statlander. So yeah, man, so that was it. And also Rose, she's tied with Shida with 51 wins. And so yeah, man, so they're tied with 51 wins, and that was it, man. Really good match. And so yeah, man. So yeah, so right after that, man, we had Malakai Black. Malakai Black, he was backstage. It was a vignette of Malakai Black, and he spoke about next week's 8-man tag team match.
The definition of a nightmare is to have an unpleasant or frightening dream in a place where natural law doesn't apply. So in Chicago, the four of us are going to haunt the four of you. We will cast you out. And I will make it so that the very air that you breathe will turn toxic and corrupt for once. And when you're laying on the ground, gasping for air, you will realize what small part you have played in the massive equation that now seems to unfold in front of you. Deep breaths, my friends. All oxygen is still on your side.
And so yeah, man, so that was it with Malakai Black. And so yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had MJF with Wardlow and Sean Spears. So they came out to the ring and they spoke. And so yeah, man, so yeah, one of the best things on this show too, man. We had MJF, he was bragging about beating Darby Allin at Full Gear with a headlock takeover. And so yeah, man, so MJF, he had said that there's nobody in that locker room that's on his level. And so CM Punk theme music had hit. So yeah, the crowd was going crazy. I was going crazy, man. And so yeah, man, so yeah, Punk, he came out to the ring, but he did not grab a microphone. He did not go for the microphone, but he got in the ring. And so yeah, so MJF, he had introduced himself to Punk. And so MJF had put his hand out to shake Punk's hand. And so Punk, he was looking at MJF's hand and he laughed, and he just walked out of the ring. So he didn't shake his hand. And so yeah, man, so Punk had left, and MJF, he was disrespected. He was disrespected that Punk didn't shake his hand. And so yeah, man. So that was it, man. That was it. I was like, that was it. But yeah, I was expecting Punk to speak. I was expecting him to speak, but he didn't speak. But yeah, man. Even though he didn't speak, dude, it still came off really cool, man. And so yeah, man. So they might be saving it for another time, bro. Might be saving it for another time. And when it happens, man, dude, gold, absolute gold right there. Like if they get a chance to go back and forth on a mic. And so yeah, man, so that was it with that. And so right after that, man, we had Tony Schiavone. He interviews Darby Allin backstage.
Darby, the match this past weekend at Full Gear between you and MJF, many feel was the match of the night. And I know it didn't go the way you wanted it to.
Max, you did not break me mentally. I don't know when and I don't know where, but we will have a rematch. As of now, I am not going to take any time off. I want the biggest and I want the baddest that AEW has to offer.
Whoa.
So yeah, the Gun Club had interrupted. So that's Billy Gunn, Austin Gunn, and Colton Gunn had interrupted the interview.
Walking by and couldn't help but listen to you say the biggest and bad. Tony, you know me. Oh, yeah. You know what? So challenge accepted because I am the biggest and I am the baddest guy in AEW. So Darb, say when.
Also, don't forget your skateboard. I like turtles.
Yeah, screw it. Let's do it.
And so yeah, so it was a match, and I believe they made it for Rampage. So right after that, man, we had the Super Click. So that's Adam Cole and the Young Bucks, Matt and Nick Jackson. So they were backstage and they spoke about the Jurassic Express and Christian Cage.
Brandon, come on, let's do another one, you idiots.
Guys, I am so sick and tired. I'm tired of Jungle Boy, I'm tired of Luchasaurus, and I'm tired of Christian Cage because Full Gear, that was the worst night of our careers.
That was the worst night of my life. Jungle Boy, what, you think you're Jungle Man all of a sudden? You think you're so tough? Try to end my life on pay-per-view. My kids were watching at home, the popcorn, trying to end my life on pay-per-view.
And guess what? Matt's still not cleared.
Nope. Neither is Nick. Nick is also not cleared, but you heard us earlier in the night. The Elite, more specifically the Super Click, will be stronger than ever because in 2 nights' time on Rampage, it's going to be Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus against me and one of my best friends in the entire world, Mr. Bobby Fish.
Yes.
Yeah. Enough is enough. You got one guy coming out here, he looks like Tarzan, and the other one, you're a grown man dressed like a friggin' dinosaur. Enough is enough. Let's put an end to this Jurassic joke once and for all, and that is...
Oh.
Cut that right there, Brandon.
Oh, man. Yeah, he went for the Undisputed Era hand gesture, man. But he stopped him. He stopped him right there. But yeah, man, Cole and Fish, man. Cole and Fish versus the Jurassic Express on Rampage, bro. Yes, man. 2/4 of the Undisputed Era, man. Teaming up against the Jurassic Express, man. Yes. But yeah, man. So yeah, all we need is Kyle O'Reilly. All we need is Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. That's all we need, man. But yeah, man, we have half of the Undisputed Era on Dynamite teaming up together, or Rampage teaming up together. The match is made for Rampage, and so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had a tag team match, and it was Lio Rush and Dante Martin versus The Acclaim, Max Caster and Anthony Bowens. So yeah, so Rush and Dante, they had took out The Acclaim with a Tope Suicidas. And so yeah, so The Acclaim had took control of the match during a commercial break, picture in picture, of course. And so yeah, man, so Dante, he had jumped off of Caster and Bowens back to give a hot tag to Rush. And so Rush had took out The Acclaim. And then Rush, he had missed a frog splash. And then Bowens had a super kick to Rush. And Lio Rush, he had sold it nicely too, man. Sold it really nice. And so yeah, man, so Dante hit a springboard drop kick to Bowens. So yeah, that was also nice. And so yeah, man, so The Acclaim, they hit their finishing move, their tag team finishing move. The Acclaim, claim to fame to Lio Rush, but Dante, he had broke up the pin. And so yeah, that would have been it. Like if he wasn't there to break up the pin, that would have been it. And so yeah, man, so we had a nosedive to Bowens from Dante. And so yeah, man, so to end the match, man, we had a frog splash. We had a frog splash to Anthony Bowens from Lio Rush to win the match. So therefore, Dante, Martin, and Lio Rush wins the match. And so yeah, man, so right after the match, man, we had Team Taz. Team Taz that came out to the ring and they spoke, still trying to recruit Dante and Martin. So yeah, so Team Taz that came out to the ring and they said that they will try to be patient with Lio Rush. Not Lio Rush. They will be patient with Dante Martin because, you know, they were patient with Will Hobbs before he joined Team Taz. And so yeah, man. So Starks, he has said that if Dante, teams up with Team Taz, if Dante aligns himself with Team Taz, then he's gonna have a Hall of Fame worthy career. But if he doesn't, he'll have a mediocre career. And so yeah, so that was pretty much it with that. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, we had Christian Cage and the Jurassic Express. So they were backstage and they spoke about Rampage's their tag team match. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, their tag team match against Cole and Fish.
Let me get this straight. At Full Gear, it was the worst night of the Super Click's career. That's funny because watching Jungle Boy slam that chair down on Matt Jackson's head was personally one of the greatest, most rewarding nights of my career. And now, you guys are looking for a little redemption, huh? Well, obviously, Adam Cole has never heard the old saying, never bring a fish to a fist fight.
A fish.
So what, you guys are gonna end us on Friday night? Adam Cole and Bobby Fish, you both had a chance to end me last week, and you couldn't do it. And you know, the scruff might be gone from my face, but the change in here, well, that's here to stay. And you can hit us with chairs, you can put us through tables. Shit, I'll eat thumbtacks for breakfast. I really don't care. Because we are better now than we've ever been. And we'll see you on Friday night.
Yeah, so yeah, man, so that was it. So that was it with that. And so yeah, man, so once again it's gonna be Cole and Fish, Adam Cole and Bobby Fish versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus on Rampage. And so yeah, man, so right after that we had the Lucha Bros, who are the AEW World Tag Team Champions. That's Pentagon and Rey Fenix, with Alex Abrahantes in their corner. They spoke about the 8-man tag team match that they have next week against FTR, Andrade El Idolo, and Malakai Black. And they said that they're ready. They're ready for their tag team match. And so yeah, man, so that was it with that. Now before we get into the main event, man, let's talk about next week's show. Next week's show and Rampage's show. So yeah, man, so on Rampage we have Billy Gunn versus Darby Allin. And also we have the quarterfinals. We have the quarterfinals of the TBS Women's Championship Eliminator Tournament match. Jade Cargill versus Red Velvet. And also we have a tag team match. It's going to be Adam Cole and Bobby Fish, formerly known as the Undisputed Era, versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, the Jurassic Express. And so yeah, and also we have on Dynamite, on AEW Dynamite, the Thanksgiving edition of AEW Dynamite is going to be the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson versus Colt Cabana, representing the Dark Order. And also we have a quarterfinals match. We have a quarterfinals match on next week's show. On Dynamite show, it's going to be Thunder Rosa versus Jamie Hayter. And also we have our 8-man tag team match for next week. It's going to be Cody Rhodes, Pac, and the Lucha Bros, who are the AEW World Tag Team Champions, Pentagon and Rey Fenix, versus Andrade El Idolo, Malakai Black, and FTR, Dax Harwood, and Cash Wheeler, who are the AAA Tag Team Champions. So yeah, man, so that's it. So those were the matches that are announced for next week's show and on Rampage this coming Friday. So yeah, man, so right after that, man, we had the main event, and it was for the TNT Championship match. So yeah, man, so great that they put this match last, because it is the TNT Championship and they're on TNT, so it made sense to put them in the main event. And plus we didn't have the AEW World Champion compete tonight, so yeah, man, so it was Jay Lethal versus Sammy Guevara, who is the TNT Champion, reigning and defending TNT Champion. So yeah, so this is Jay Lethal's AEW in-ring debut, and Jay Lethal once again made his AEW debut at Full Gear, so he made his appearance at AEW. And we had Tony Nese. Who was sitting in the crowd, so he was watching the match. And so yeah, man, so Sammy Guevara, his ribs were taped up from that Minneapolis street fight on Saturday. And so yeah, man, both of these guys, they were trying to one-up each other, and so the crowd, they started chanting, "This is wrestling, this is wrestling." And so Lethal, he went right after Sammy Guevara's ribs, and that was the focus of the match. And so yeah, so the crowd was split, and then Sammy went for the over-the-top rope move to Lethal, which is a mistake because Sammy Guevara, he has injured ribs and he shouldn't be jumping around. And so yeah, man, so Lethal, he had blocked the shooting star press and by putting his knees up, so he targeted the ribs by doing that. And so yeah, man, so Dr. Sampson, he had went to go check on Sammy, and so Sammy, he had pushed the doctor out of the way. And so Sammy, he dodged a lethal injection. So Lethal tried to go for his finishing move, the lethal injection, or one of his signature moves, the lethal injection. And so yeah, man. So Sammy hit a standing Spanish fly to Lethal. And so at one point, man, we had Sammy. He had caught Lethal off a tope, and he hit a brain buster to Lethal on the floor, man. And so yeah, and then they were fighting towards the timekeepers area. That was fighting near the timekeepers area. And so Sammy had put Lethal on top of the table. And so Sammy, he jumped off of the top rope, hit a senton bomb, but Lethal had moved out of the way. And so Sammy, he went through the table. He went through the table, man. Went through the table, man. Crazy. And so yeah, man. So Lethal tried to go for his elbow drop, his Macho Man Randy Savage like elbow drop to Sammy, but Sammy had reversed it. And so yeah, man. So Lethal, he locked in a figure 4 leg lock to Sammy. And so Sammy hit like 2 V-trigger knees to Lethal. And so to end the match, man, we had the GTH, or the Go to Hell, to Jay Lethal to win the match. So therefore, Sammy Guevara wins the match and is still the TNT champion. Great match, man. Great match. And so yeah, man. So right after that, man, right after the match, we had Jay Lethal and Sammy Guevara. They embraced each other. And so yeah, the Inner Circle came out and celebrated with Sammy Guevara and Jay Lethal. And so that was pretty much it, man. That was it with the show. That was it with the match. That was it with the show, man. Really, really great match, man. Great title defense, hard fought title defense win for Sammy Guevara. And yeah, after a match like that, the Minneapolis street fight on Saturday, man, I would have rested, man. But Sammy, man, yes, fighting champion. That was it with the show, man. Overall, great show, man. Enjoyed that Bryan Danielson and Adam Hangman Page stuff, man. It was really cool. And Bryan just turning heel, going heel mode on everybody, man. Loved it. Absolutely loved it, man. And yeah, man. So that was it, man. That was it with the show, man. That was it with the show. And yeah, man. If you like this video, man, hit the thumbs up, man. Hit the thumbs up. And if you're new to the channel, if you're watching The Ryan Awesome Show for the first time ever, hit that subscribe button. And then right next to that subscribe button, there's a bell. Make sure you click on that bell to be the first ones to know when my next video is uploaded, because I'm here each and every single week, man. Monday, I might do Monday again for Monday Night Raw. Wednesdays for AEW Dynamite, of course. Thursdays for Impact Wrestling. Fridays for AEW Rampage. And then Saturdays and Sundays are for our pay-per-views, man. WWE pay-per-views, AEW pay-per-views, and Impact Wrestling pay-per-views. So I'm here. And yeah, man, follow me on Twitter at Ryan Awesome Show. And yeah, man, and comment down below, man. Tell me how you felt about this episode of AEW Dynamite. And yeah, man, share this video, man. Share this video with each and every single person that you come across. And yeah, man, and I'll see you guys on Thursday. I'm not going to be able to watch it live. Not going to be able to watch Impact Wrestling live because I'm going to be at wrestling training school. And so, yeah, so I'm not going to be able to watch it live. So I will be able to watch it the next day, the next morning. So that probably will be up probably on Friday, either Friday. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, I'll see you guys then. See you guys when I see you. And yeah, man, and once again, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for the love and the support for the show. Thank you, and man. And if you missed anything, the video is going to be right up here. You missed the full gear review, the video is going to be right up here in this corner. And if you missed the Go Home show, the AEW Dynamite Go Home show before Full Gear, the video is going to be right up here in this corner. And both of the links to these videos will be down below in the description, so make sure you click them if you missed it. Thank you for watching, man. Thank you for stopping by, watching the show. Thank you, man. Thank you. And yeah, man, and this has been The Ryan Awesome Show. Take care, stay safe, and don't forget to be awesome. And that's that.